Hi, everybody. It's Man of Light. I wanted to share with you something that happened to me a couple of days ago. I found an area for my research closer to home. I was walking my dog one day and decided to go down this path into this woods and behind a school. And pit bull, she's not afraid of really anything. So we walked, and all of a sudden she stopped, and she was looking down a path. And she turned around, looked at me, and made a beeline trying to go back to the truck. I said, okay, maybe she's just tired. It was hot, wasn't real hot, but it was uncomfortable for her, I guess. Hi, Scared. How you doing? I got some time today to recuperate a little bit on what happened to me the other day. So the next day, I decided to take a walk back there, and I found a hardball, baseball. So on a path that goes down, there's a concrete slab there, and I put the ball there, and I said, I'm going to come back this way, but the ball won't be here. The ball wasn't going to be there. So I walked, and I kept going down the path, taking pictures, doing video and everything else. And I'm glad you're doing good. I really am. I hope you continue to do well. So as I came back, about 40 minutes later, this area, let me describe it to you. It's all it's woods, but it's all hills and stuff in there. And very, very secluded with a beautiful stream going through it. Ice cold water, crystal clear. You can just go back here and sit in there with your feet in the water or walk the stream, whatever you want to do. But it's super quiet back there. Once in a while, you hear an airplane going over. That being said, I come back up the path, and the baseball was gone. It was gone. I said, okay. I guess telepathically they were telling me that put the ball there, but it's not going to be there when you come back. So a good friend of mine, him and I go back to this one area, and we take the dogs, but now the state closes up until September 5th, I believe it was. It will be, or the 6th. So there's really no place for him to go. So I called him. I said, look, I said, Chris, I said, I found a place not too far from where I live. If you want to take your dog here, take a walk, we'll explore it together. All right. So he comes the next day, 9:30 in the morning. We go back there, we check it out. I told him the situation with the ball in the concrete, and that it was missing. So he found it to be strange. So we're walking, and there's all different sticks in the path, different designs of sticks that were placed there as we're walking. So we go down to the stream area where I was the day before, and we're walking all along there. His dog's with us, and we're going down to the bank into the stream, and the dog's swimming around having a good old time. And I'm over there. I'm taking my camera. I'm videotaping stuff, and taking pictures and going looking for stuff. So we go back up the hill again. We walked around for about another 20 minutes, just checking the area out. And as we were walking, I told him, I said, look, I said, keep your eyes and ears open, because I don't know what's going to be back here, but it's like I can feel things that may be happening. So he goes, okay. So a couple of minutes later, maybe about 5-10 minutes later, he goes, G-Man. That's what he calls me, G-Man. We've been friends for probably 40 years, maybe 45 years. Anyway, he says, I just seen something going in front of me across the path. I said, what was it? I said, a bird? He said, no, it wasn't a bird. It was pretty big. As an animal, he couldn't tell. I said, it happened so fast, he couldn't tell what it was. I said, okay. So I'm thinking maybe a deer, came from this side over here and went across the road this way. But so that's what I'm thinking. I did see tracks prior to that that were deer. So I'm looking where he said he'd seen them. There was no tracks at all. So he moseyed all the way around, walked all the way around. He's ahead of me now, and I'm taking a video of him as he's walking, and he goes down. He's heading back to where we came from. As he's heading back, I see something move on the left side over here by this tree. Got my video camera. I see it manifest, and it disappears right before my eyes. I said, okay. I couldn't really tell what it was at that time. So I walked by and I'm looking around, very cautiously, mind you, looking for tracks, nothing. So I go down the hill. I come over to the place where we went down originally. And he's down with his dog, playing in the water with the dog, throwing a stick. The dog goes after. It's a hunting dog. And we're talking. All of a sudden, the dog looks down to this one area. It was like a cliff. And there's all cutouts like they look like little caves. And I had taken pictures of it before of a big was a dog man and some Bigfoot creatures that were in as well. They live on the side of these hills. And the dog's looking. He's looking up. And he's not moving. He's in a stream. And I told Chris, I says, hey, I said, you know, your dog must be seeing something. Yeah, it was scary. It's not, the scary part's coming up yet. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I says, maybe your dog must have sensed something. You can hear a pin drop. It's how quiet it was. All you heard was the water like gushing through. Very, very, very quaint, beautiful place. So he said, well, I got to get going. He says, I got to do something later on. I said, okay, let's go. So I'm still taking videos. I'm looking around, taking pictures and everything else. And he goes up the hill, where we've gone over now about 3 or 4, maybe 5 times. Goes up the top of the hill. He yells down. He says, G-Man. He says, there's a hardball up top on the top of this hill. There's a hardball up there? He says, yeah. I said, I'll be right up. So I'm walking up and I see a footprint. It was maybe about 10 inches long, about 3 to 4 inches wide. You can see the heel, the imprint, but it was only one footprint. It wasn't like 5, 6, 7 going up the hill. It was one. But on the top where the toes would be, it looked like claws, like a dog claws, but they weren't his dogs. His dogs were a lot smaller than that. They were only this big. And it was, you can see where they like dug in to the dirt. 4 toes. Nothing on the side, just 4 toes. So now I'm thinking, you know, what the heck put this up there? So I go up to the top, and sure enough, on top of that here's the ball. The ball that they had taken from the slab of concrete, they put here on top of where we just walked by with the dog and all before that, prior to that, him seeing it. And it wasn't there when we were there. Now it's there. Okay, so I'm looking around for footprints and all. Nothing. Didn't smell anything, didn't hear anything, nothing. So he says, I got the chills, man. I said, yeah, me too. I said, I've been doing it for a long time. I said, I've gotten a lot of gifts. So the gift that I gave them on that concrete slab with that ball I found is right here. And this is, who's that? Hi, Jay Free. How you doing? You'll be able to see the video. You'll be able to see the video later on after it's recorded and onto my YouTube channel, so you can see the whole thing from the beginning. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you. And it was the ball that I had given them. So I said, well, you know what? I said, I'm going to put it near a pine tree over here where the hill goes down. Put the ball there as a gift to them. But what they did was they knew that I was coming back with my friend, and to show him that they are friendly, that they do exist, without seeing them. He might have been a little bit of a skeptic at the time, but he's not anymore. And that was a gift to both of us that they showed from the gift that I had given them before that. So we leave. So he goes, G-Man, I said, this would be a nice place to take your bike. Take a bike back here and go all over the place. Get a mountain bike, which I do occasionally. Go through the woods and you're up and down hills, and you know you're going through the woods, and it's very beautiful back here. I said, yeah, you know what? I says, I might come back later on this afternoon on my bike. So that's what I did. I went back here, got my bike, going down the paths and zooming all over the place and having a good old time. I go back to where we put the ball there, and you know it's there. So then I leave. Come back a few days later. Nah, no problem, Jay Free, no problem. Welcome on board, man. So a couple of days later, we go back again. He brings another dog with him. He had two of them now, his and the neighbor's dog. And we're walking all over that place, and we went back to where I put that ball by the tree, the gift. It was gone, wasn't around no more. So we walked all the way around different areas, and in the morning, and probably a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, if that. And we made another time. We're gonna go back here again. But as we're walking to and from, there was sticks putting together, laid in different areas that were all precisely broke and laid within inches of each other in different directions. Some of them were there when we come down to where we had to go, and while we were down where we were at, there was some that were actually put there in different areas as we're coming back up. Didn't see nothing, didn't smell nothing, couldn't hear nothing at all. Everything was crystal clear with the air, couldn't hear nothing, hear a pin drop. So that's when he said, you know what? I said, I'm going to come back this afternoon. He said, all right. He said, I can't. I said, oh, that's okay. So I come back on my bike again. Go down the path, go all the way back to where we were, looking around, nothing. So I walked around a little bit, did some more video, took some more pictures. I did see a couple dog men back there, but I'm going to put my pictures up on another video later on. And also some Bigfoot that was back there, and other cryptids as well. Don't even know who they were. But anyway, make a long story short, I said, well, I'm going to go now. I was there maybe about an hour. So I go on top of this hill, and I stopped my bike, and I got off it, and I was doing an audio session. So I was asking them questions for probably about a good 5 minutes, talking to them, asking them who they were and what they're there for, and you know, are they humans like the other Bigfoot area told me that they were? They're a certain type of human. They're very highly intelligent, and they have all kinds of superpowers. Now, after I got done audio recording them, I said, okay, I'll see you another time. I'm going to leave now. Now, I'm going down the path to go back home. And all of a sudden, something picks me up off my bike, throws me. I'm 220 pounds. Throws me right towards this pine tree, which was huge. It's probably about 15 inches in diameter. I saw that, and I went to duck like this to get out of the way, and I landed on my arm, which I thought I broke right here. It's still sore, but I didn't break, thank God. And my leg, I feel like I got a Charlie horse in there to this day. And where I landed was in a thorn bush that grows in the woods. So now I'm like this. My feet are up in the air, like on an incline like this, because it goes into the swamp back here. My head's down here. My bike's up over here, 8 feet away from where I flew off at. And my feet are up here, laying in thorns, thorns across my head, all across my arm, bleeding over here, and I couldn't get up. It's like something had me pinned down. I couldn't move. So I'm asking for help. I said, please help me get up. I'm asking my Lord, please help me get up. And I tried to get my hands up behind me. I used to push myself up with. I couldn't do it because I'm in thorns. And they were pushing into my hand. Hurt like anything, man. Hurt like anything. So finally, I was able to roll out by the pine tree to the back. And I'm trying to get up. And I reached the base of the briar bush there. I pulled myself up. My audio recorder's still going. And I said, what did you do this for? What did I do? Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong to you? Why did you try to hurt me? I said, I'm hurting right now. I'm bleeding. I'm sore. Why did you do this? My audio recorder, when I got in the back, I sort of go over the whole thing because it's hard to really hear them at times. But they said to me on a recorder, get up, old man. This shouldn't have been done to you. And then you hear somebody else say, I'm sorry. It sounded like a child or like a female voice, but it was young. The first voice that said, get up, old man, wasn't a child. So I'm thinking that it might have been a juvenile testing his strength out with me, just to play games, perhaps. Didn't realize what it was doing to actually try to go and hurt me. And they apologized, said they were sorry. So I'm probably going to go back there. I feel pretty good now. I mean, I rode my bike again last night, and my leg feels a lot better. So yeah, it was crazy. It scared me. It really scared me. Couldn't see nothing, anything. Couldn't hear nothing, and couldn't smell nothing with them. They followed me, and it just threw me off. Picked me up and threw me off. And I'm 220 pounds, and I couldn't get up. It was like I was pinned down. I couldn't get up. And I was scared. I couldn't wait to get out of there. And I'm going to get home and get cleaned up and take a shower because I had thorns in me. I saw I had a couple of thorns in my hand over here. They finally came out yesterday. And in my back and my elbow over here, it had thorns sticking in there. They were inside the skin. So they finally came out. I got them out. But it really scared me because, I mean, I really could have got hurt. I could have got a thorn in my eye, got scratched, really bad. But they apologized, and so I'm going to go back there, not with my bike this time. I'm going to go back. I'm going to walk like I did before, and I'm going to have the audio recorder again and talk to them. I might even go by the stream and just get a little chair and sit in the stream with my feet in there, ice cold water, and have a little rap session with them. And try to get things going because they don't know me there, but not too far from there, about a mile up the road, or maybe two, is where my research #1 area is at, and they know me. They even walk with me as I'm walking on a windless day, and it's crispy back here with the leaves. You can hear them walking around. I got their names and everything else. There's one little guy named Kevin. I've known him for years now. He followed me around, and what he did last time I was there with him, I asked him. I said, "You walking with me? Walk with me. Walk around me." As I was coming out, I see another footprint. This thing was pretty similar to what I've seen, what I just mentioned in my little story I'm telling you now. You couldn't see the toenail, but it was a foot. It was long, but it wasn't that wide. Heel print into the ground. So I took my video camera, it was running out, so I shut that down. It was heating up. I shut that down. But I did have my audio recorder still going. I had a little clip I put in my hat and I put in my pocket. As I'm bending over here, looking at the footprint that was there, right behind me, like right over my shoulder, you can hear something go, "Ugh," like that. I just stood up, and the hair on my body stood up on ends. I mean, I was afraid to turn around. That's how close this thing was. I didn't know what I was going to see, didn't expect anything that I can think of. And I just turned around very slowly. I had my machete. I always carry a machete with me. I had my machete in my hand, my camera. I turned around very slowly. I'm looking, nothing there. I'm looking in the trees, nothing there. I'm taking pictures all over the place, nothing there. So my audio recorder picked up on it. I said, "Who was that? Who did this? Who made who? You trying to scare me? What's the deal?" And it was little Kevin. He wanted to play a game on me. He wanted to try to scare me, which he did, because I was not expecting that. You can't see them. They could be right next to you, and you can't see them unless they want you to. I've seen them before. I've taken pictures of them before. But if they want to be in their stealth mode, they can walk right next to you. You can hear them walk, but you won't see them. You know. But I mean, I love them. I tell them I love them all. You know, and I'm not there to hurt them, but they know if you're a good soul or not. They know if you're out to hurt their family or them. And I give them gifts, and they're family oriented. They really are. If anybody decide to go back and say, you know what, I'm going to carry a gun, and the first one I see, I'm going to kill, I would venture to say that they would not make it out of the woods. They wouldn't do it. And every year, there's a lot of hunters that go into the woods to never be seen again, never even found. Because a couple of years back, I did a recording, and when I first found this other area, I let it out there like for 15 hours just to hear stuff and let them talk to me. I went back the next morning, got the audio, got my cameras, and got the audio, and the audio camera, the audio recorder was shut down. Shut down. Brand new batteries in it, brand new batteries in the cameras, everything else. I had the audio recorder on this log, and it was hidden. And then I had my one camera, stealth camera, by the swamp where I figured it'd come out of the swamp there, and another one about 75 yards up the hill out of the swamp. I had two cameras, and I had the audio going. And what's that say? I didn't accept it yet because I didn't hear the audio till I got home. But I'm going to go back here and I'm going to accept their apology on my, probably like I said, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to go back to my audio and have a little audio session, recorded session with them. Uh, and getting back to checking on my stuff. I go back the next day, my audio recorder's off. It's shut down. There's a switch you had to flick it off with. I go to my one camera over here. I shut that down. I go to the other camera. I shut that down. I get back home, full charge on everything. I listen to my audio, and they said, when I said I'll be back tomorrow, they said only 7 minutes to record it out of 15 hours. Only 7 minutes. 7 minutes of what I was setting up. And they said they were going to shut that recorder down. And they also said that if I come back, that they're going to kill me because they don't like games with their family. They don't like humans because humans disrespect the beast of the woods. The beast of the woods, meaning them, meaning the deer, meaning the rabbits, meaning all the animals and squirrels and all that live in the woods, where hunters go and kill them. They're all one big family. Even though they consider themselves humans, that's who they live amongst. and they're very protective of all that, all their areas. That's why they have different trees marked, snapped over, bent, arched, and everything else, and crisscross. Their markings, that's their areas. We have to understand that and respect them. So I went back after 3 days. Now let me get back to my cameras now. The one camera over here in the swamp was going all night long. Had 13 pictures. The only 13 pictures it had was me walking back to the camera, because they said in the audio that they would shut that audio down and the camera. So they shut that camera down, and when I came back, the camera was turned on and got 13 pictures of me walking to retrieve it. The other camera, which was about maybe 75 feet away, 75 feet away, if that, had 442 pictures. 442 pictures of a lot of things I couldn't even fathom to think what they were. But it's 442 pictures. So going back over there, what they told me, I said, I'm kind of afraid to go back there now. So what I did was, a couple of days later, I got enough nerve to go back, and I brought them apples and stuff. I put the apples down there as an offering to them in peace. And I said, I'm not out to hurt you. I know you're here. I just want to learn about you. You can teach me things, and perhaps maybe I could show you some things too. I want to be friends, like a family. And ever since that day, they're like best friends. They watch after me when I'm back there on their area. They tell me if there's anything, watch over here, watch your dog, man. They tell me, watch. They said, because he's evil. And I do believe that. But what I've come across now, even dog man, I got 3 cameras in the woods constantly going 24/7. They take up videos, they take pictures and sound and everything. They send it back to my computer and my cell phone, a couple times a day, whenever something breaks the beam. And I went back there, one of the SD cards got jammed up and the batteries were dead on a one. And I'm back there and walking around. I got my regular camera, I'm taking pictures, and I can hear things walking around me. Couldn't see anything. I'm in a swamp now. I'm just 2 miles back in the woods by myself. So I had my camera, my cell phone camera, facing this way under the one that I was working. Put a new SD card in there, put new batteries in there, hooked it up, and walked away. Had my cell phone camera zooming, going as I was going, and I walked out. So I'm going around taking pictures now with my regular camera now. I shut my cell phone camera off of the video. So I go out, I get to this one path where I follow in there, but they're constantly giving me gifts. I mean, beautiful rocks and all. If you see my videos, you'll see the stuff they give me. They're called pyrite rocks. They have like crystals. They're like diamond, like glitter dust all over. They're beautiful. And in that woods, there's no other place to find them, but they find them, they give them to me. I looked all over. So come out of the path, and where I just went in to go back there, and I'm very observant. It's like I got another 6th sense when I'm back here. You have to, because you're by yourself. And here is this stone or a little rock shaped like a triangle sitting up on a path on edge. I'm saying, I picked it up, I took it home. And before I left, I'm walking out, I heard something behind me. I hear something behind me. I turn around with my regular camera, take a picture, and there's a dog man looking at me. This thing was probably about 7, 8 foot tall. Probably about 90 feet away from me. I'm looking. And I'm walking away, looking at this thing. It's not doing anything. It's not trying to come after me or nothing. It was in there with me, walking around, I guess, with me, keeping an eye on what I'm doing back there. But being aggressive, it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't aggressive at all. And I think that once like the Bigfoot family, he relates to you and trusts you, and you trust them. I think that's washed down to all the cryptids that are in that area. They're like a family. And a lot of people say, well, Dog Man and Bigfoot don't get along. Perhaps not. But in my areas, I believe that they do. Because I'll tell you what, another time I went back there in that same area I'm just talking about now, I'm walking and all my electronics went down. Cell phone, my video, my audio, all went down. I had nothing. Again, I'm on the edge of a swamp, 2 miles off of a main road, back in this woods. So I'm walking, and I'm walking on a path, and I hear something behind me. I look up. There's a Dog Man. Stop looking at me. So I'm saying, what am I going to do here? All I got is my machete. That's it. So I'm watching it. It's watching me. It's not moving. I'm not moving. So now I start walking backwards. Remember, I have nothing. None of my electronics are working. I can't call anybody. I can't do nothing. So I'm walking backwards a little bit, and it starts walking towards me. I stopped. It stopped. It's keeping this distance away from me. It wasn't getting close to me. It was just like, hey, I'm trying to figure out who you are and what you are, and that's cool. But I wanted to get out of there quickly. I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. So I start to walk again, and now over to the right of me, coming out of the swamp, I see something out of the corner of my eye. I look. There's a Bigfoot. Now, it's one of the ones that are in the family that I'm friends with back here, but I don't know which one. It wasn't little Kevin. This was an adult. Comes out. Now, here's a Dog Man over here to my left, and over here is Bigfoot. Oh, they're gonna bluff me and run at me? What's the deal? So now I'm beside myself. No, I can't run. I'll never get away from them. So I start walking back. They're looking at each other. They're here like that. They face each other like that. They're looking at each other. And they both turn their heads and their bodies looking at me. I said, well, here it comes. I said, I'm going to get run over like a freight train. I start walking backwards. They're walking side by side, but probably around, I don't know, 10 to 15 yards between them. But they're walking towards me. I stop. They stop. Looking directly at me. They turn their heads again. They look at each other. Turn their heads back towards me, looking at me. So now I walk a little faster. I'm saying, you know what? I can't deal with that. I get to my truck. I got to get out of here. So I'm walking. I turn around and look, and they're still following me. They're not trying to run after me, trying to get me, but they're watching me. So finally, I kept walking. I figured, okay, so as I'm walking, I'm looking over. I try to turn my cell phone on. It's completely dead still. I have no electronics whatsoever. So I'm looking. They stop. They looked at each other a couple of times, looked back at me, looked back in the swamp, turned around, looked at me. I walk. They're walking toward me again. Now I can see my truck. I don't know how many quarter mile away. I finally see my truck. So I'm walking. I picked up my space a little faster. They're still maintaining, coming toward me, following what I'm doing. But they're not trying to come after me to scare me. I mean, I guess they figure he's scared enough. Leave this old sucker alone. But make a long story short, I got close to my truck. I looked back. They were gone. They disappeared. And where they disappeared to was an open area. They just went poof like that. They disappeared. So I got in my truck, Started my truck up. I was hoping that they didn't drain the battery in my truck. I got in there, started up, cool. So I'm going down the road, and I let me turn my cell phone. Put my cell phone on. The electronics were back working. My audio recorder was back working. My cell phone, my camera, everything was back working. Oh, I forgot to tell you too. My watch right here stopped. I got back into my truck, everything. My watch was working. So they shut down all electronics. They drained it. They drained it. It was very nerve-wracking at that time. But these are things I wanted to share with you. And like I said, I'm probably going back. I will accept her apology. And you know, I want to make amends with them if I offended them in any way. I don't think I did. I think it might have been a juvenile just playing games and trying to do their little bluff with me. But you know, they had to be pretty strong I'm 220 pounds to pick me up and to actually throw me off my bike. I mean, I flew. It wasn't like slow motion. I flew, and it really scared me back there. But anyway, make a long story short, I thank you all for. Thank you. The other gifts are all unbelievable. And I got a couple more the other day. I'm going to make another video with that. I got a couple rocks here. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on a second. See if the camera will pick up on it. I don't know. Okay, here's one here. You can see it's called a pyrite rock. These rocks aren't found in the area, but they find them and they give them to me. They're very beautiful, as you can see. See all the sparkles in it? And then here's another one too. It's a small one. It's not as sparkly, but they're in there too a little bit. These are the ones they give me. And there's my cat. That's Angel. But I just want to show you and share what I do with all of you, because I'm trying to find the truth out about them. You know, a lot of people don't agree with me on what I do or how I do things, but you know, it's pretty amazing what they do and who they are and the abilities that they do have. They might have been escorting me out, yeah. You're welcome, Jay Free. You know, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. And hi, Painless, how you doing? Thank you for you know, supporting my calls, what I do, my research. Like, I'm boots on the ground. 95% of the time I'm by myself. Sometimes things get a little hairy back there, you know, but I treat them as I would treat anybody else, because they are human. Don't know what kind of humans they are, but they are human. And another thing too, I want to share with you as well. On one of my videos, you can see that there was a Bigfoot female was on a tree, manifesting on a tree. And if you look at the video, you can see actually there's like sparks, like lights around her as she's on a tree. Okay. So with my audio, I asked them. I said, you know what? I said, how do you do what you do? How do you? Why do you do what you do? They said because they want to hide from us. I said, well, how do you cloak? And when I said cloak, they laughed. They had like a little, like that. It's not cloaking like we call it cloaking. It's not cloaking to them. They do things with spiritual powers. They have spiritual power to do what they do. I have audios recording with them telling me this. It's spiritual powers, not cloaking. Because I've seen them before, right in front of me. You go to put a camera up, boom, they're gone, split second. Something that's, you know, 5,000 to 6,000 pounds, 6, 7, 8 foot, 9, 10 foot tall. It's there and disappears. Where does it go? Where does it go? You know? They all live together. Dog man, Bigfoot element. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I believe they all get along too. And I think they're there protecting their areas and their families. And they know if you have a good heart, they know if you're there in a good way to uh, be good to them, be nice to them. And I treat them like family. I call them, they're my extended family. And I know that if I was back here, if anybody came here and tried to do anything to me, I'm not talking about them. Now I'm talking about a human being. Try to do something back in their areas. I don't think that person would make it out of there. I really believe that they watch over me and they accepted me as part of the family. It took a while. It took a while for me to trust them and for them to trust me, and knowing that I don't mean any harm to them. You know, so it's pretty awesome, man, to have that extended family like that. What's this over here? Oh, thank you, Painless. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to bring the truth to everybody and let everybody know what these people are about. People, you want to call them woods people, whatever. Uh, but they're there. They're taking care of their areas, just like you got a house and your property. You got somebody coming on your property with a gun looking to kill you or looking to do something to your family. What are you going to do? You're going to protect your family. You're going to retaliate in a way. So, and they don't know you from Adam. So this is what I look at it as. And now, yeah, I got hurt a little bit the other day. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be thrown off my bike, but they apologized. And what I'm going to do is probably, if I can get the audio really clear, I'm going to put it up on a video and to make you hear that what they said. But here's the thing too. A lot of times when I make my videos, and I do put an audio in there, it's hard to hear on your cell phone because you have to. There's little speakers. It's hard to hear on that. Even if you put them little earbuds in there, sometimes that works. But if you can hear something like on a computer screen, a bigger area with better speakers, you'll be able to hear them a little better. So I did order a hookup for my computer for my audio. It should be in by probably the 18th, the end of this week. Then I'm going to experiment with that because I got hours and hours of audio from them talking to me and you know, saying things to me and anything you want to find out, I asked them. And it was funny because Patty, as we know, was the first Bigfoot that was ever recorded. I was a little skeptic about that at the time, and I asked them. I had a picture of her. I'm in the woods with my audio. I said, "See this over here?" I said, "You know who that is?" And they said, "Patty." They told me Patty. And I says, "Is this real or is it a hoax?" It's not a hoax. She's real. Now this is 50-some years later on the West Coast, and they knew who she was, and they said that she's real. There's nobody in a costume. She's real, and it's amazing what they know. They're very highly intelligent, like I said. And you get some people say, "Well, how come they all? If you're so intelligent, why do you live in the woods? Why do you live in for wooden shelters and stuff?" I don't have the answer to that. But can you imagine? There's an empty lot next to your house. All of a sudden, Bigfoot overnight builds this nice house. Bigfoot moves in. How would you react? How would you react? That's their dimension. We're on our dimension. That's their dimension. And I truly believe this. And if I offend anybody on this here, it's my thought. I truly believe that they are interdimensional beings because they're here 1 second, they're gone in a flash right in front of your eyes. Where did they go? Or you're walking in the snow and you've got 5 or 6, even 7 steps like I did last February. 7 steps in the snow. Where it began, there was nothing to that. And where it ended, there was nothing after that. Where did they go? I'm looking up in the trees. Maybe they swam up in the trees. Nothing. Nothing at all. This happened to me quite a number of times. I believe there's a lot of dimensions around us we don't know about. And I believe they go in and out of those dimensions. You can hear them, they can throw stuff, they can break stuff, they can hurt people, they can, like me, they can do things, you can smell them, but you're never going to get them because in a split second, a blink of an eye, they're gone that quick. And Dogman the same way. Dogman is the same way, from what my research has shown me. Dogman is the same way. So again, if I offend anybody's belief, I'm sorry, but it's just that this is the way my research has been showing me over the years. And I started out years ago in the paranormal world, doing all kind of paranormal work. When they're going to sit down and converse with you, next time I go out, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a recording. Maybe I might even do this if they'll show themselves to me. As I've got my audio camera going, talking to them, I'll probably have I'll bring a little tripod out there and put my video camera facing me with by the river, by the stream there, or on the bank there, and just see if they come around and what they say. Because a lot of times, even on my videos that I have, if I'm saying something or I ask them something or I might mention it to them, you'll hear them speak. You will hear them speak, but it's hard to pick up because you listen to my voice and my voice overpowers what they're saying. But they're there saying stuff to me as well and saying stuff to you if you're listening to it. If I was to take you, any of you out there with me, and I stood you right beside me over here, and I know your name, they don't know your name, they don't even know where you're from. And I'll give you, for instance, I had a friend of mine came up from Florida last August, and we went to another place, which was another part that I was researching there. And he was maybe a little skeptic at the time. He's seen stuff that I did, but he wanted to be firsthand. He's very scientific on everything that he's done. And so I told him, I said, you stay here next to me. You look around, there's nobody here, right? There's nobody here. I said, okay, fine. You sure? Nobody's here. Okay. So I pointed to him. I said, what's his first and last name? And where does he live? Now, you couldn't hear the response back then. When I came home, I put on my computer and I put on a program for audio. And when I asked him his name, they told me his first and last name. His last name is a hard name, Cherniak, and that's his last name. Excuse me. Where does he live? In Florida. He knew he was up from Florida visiting me. Now, did they read his mind telepathically and mine? Probably so. The other day, I was back with my buddy Chris, and I showed him the same thing. I said, "Dave, we found the ball on top of the hill." I was just standing next to me. So I said, "Is this a good buddy of mine? I've known him for like 40, 45 years." Right? And I said, "You know his name? First and last name." They gave me his name, first and last name. I said, his dog. What's his dog's name? They gave me his dog's name. And I said, what does he do for a living? They told me he's an electrician. And I said, where does he live? In Vineland, which is about 6 miles away from where I live. They know all this stuff. They know about everybody. They know everything that there is. And I believe, thank you. I appreciate that. Scare silly. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm trying to do my best to bring the best that I can do for you with the equipment that I have, and the time that I got to do stuff. But they're good. I give them gifts. I give them apples. They love apples. The kids want the apples all the time. I asked them one day on audio, I said, what can I bring? What do you want me to bring for you as a gift? They said, apples for my children. So they like the apples for the children. Children like that. They love golf balls. They love baseball. They love all kind of stuff. Golf balls, particularly the ones that are like a bright pink or an orange, the colorful ones they like. Last Christmas Eve, I went out there in this one area where I found a Bigfoot woman near the tree area, the female. I had a red Christmas tree bulb. I took it with me as a gift for them for Christmas Eve. I put it on a holly tree, which was right in the area there. And I said, this is my gift to use. And I also brought, I think, a couple golf balls for the kids, sweet potato, and a couple apples. That was my gift to them for Christmas Eve. I walked back to my truck. Now, right next to my truck, there's a path, which I follow all the time. I go back here. There was nothing on the ground when I went. I came back to my truck, and on the ground, it's in one of my videos as well, with a vine all wrapped up. Beautiful, beautiful vine. One big vine. They wrapped it up, made it like a bow, and wrapped it all up. You couldn't see where it was wrapped so uniquely. You couldn't tell where it started and where it ended up from. How did they start it? Where they ended up at? You couldn't tell. It was amazing. It was amazing. These are the gifts that they give me. I have in my room, I have a whole table of all the gifts they give me, rocks and like this thing here, everything they give me back here. I keep every time I go back there, they give me something. I take it home. I cherish it, and it's a gift that they want you to have. They even put gifts in my yard. They put stuff not too long ago, last week. They had these stick formations that they put there, and they break them precisely. In other words, you might have a Y with a long branch like that. To lead that Y, they'll break a piece off over here, put it underneath, and have the Y coming out this way on top of that one. They're just catching the edge of it. And then the other two pieces that they broke, they'll put over here precisely in line. These are gifts. They know where I live. They come here. They know I'm like family to them, so they trust me. So this is amazing, and I treat them just like people. Like if I was to meet you, I would treat them the same way as I would treat you, or any family member or friend that I have. I love them all, and I tell them that. The government, for some reason, here's my theory now. Hi, Ed. Thank you. Appreciate it. The government doesn't want us to know anything about Bigfoot or Dog Man or anything. They try to shut you down. I mean, I've had friends that done live streamlines, and the government, Men in Black, they monitor everything you do. They probably monitor what I'm saying right now, and they'll jam up your computer, or they will follow you, get an area to where you're at when you start coming up with some pretty precise things. Here's my theory on that. Why does the government want us not show us who they are or what they are? Here's my theory. They can go stealth. They can go and disappear. They can be right next to you in a matter of a split second. You'll never see them. If we all became friends with Bigfoot, I mean, on a regular basis, like I know, Mike Patterson, good friend of mine, he believes and does the same thing that I do. He talks to them. They come to his house. I think they come in his house. He even said too. And he has some awesome audio recordings of them. It's just great. He's doing a great job up there. And Mike Antonio and a few others, just to mention a couple, good friends, good people. If I went and said, you know what, Kevin, you and your family, I want you to go to Washington. I want to find out what's happening, what's here. I want you to go in there and get every top secret. This is my own opinion now. I could be out, like people think I'm doing magic mushrooms already anyway, but no. And if they said, you know what, go there, go see what the president's doing, go see what the CIA is doing, the FBI, go see what they're doing. What are they doing? Come back and tell the people. Here's my audio. Tell the people what they're doing. I think they can do that. I really do, and go unnoticed. Don't forget, like I said before, they told me they're humans. They're highly intelligent. They're highly intelligent. And I believe they can do stuff like that. And I think the government is hiding everything about them. They're making them seem like they're monsters, and I don't see it as that. There's too many people that have friended them and talk to them like their family. So maybe I'm just stirring up the mush a little bit, but that's my thought process on that. It truly is. I'm being honest with you all. I'm an honest man. I try to be honest with everybody all the time, and I even have on a Bigfoot page on my Facebook. It's called Bigfoot Truth. You can check it out if you're on Facebook or pass it around to others that are, and check it out. It's called Bigfoot Truth. I always put stuff there every day. I'm putting different things on there. Pictures that I take when I'm on in my that you don't see in my videos. I put pictures on there. Put some audio recordings on there that I'll put on here as well. We got, I think, about 229 people on now, so it's just steady growing. It's slow, but it's going there, But and if you come on there, I would want you to just share your experiences, and if you have anything to add to what I do, or we can even have like a little round table talk if you want on there. One day I can hook it up and we can all talk. Maybe put a Zoom in on there, whatever. But these are things I'm going to do in the future. But yeah, check out my Bigfoot Truth page on Facebook as well. And you know, this is my YouTube channel, Man of Light. Now, Man of Light is me. I started my YouTube channel doing paranormal work years ago, a long time ago. All the videos that I made and all. I've taken pictures of beings from above. I've taken pictures of aliens, UFOs. I even done in my paranormal work. I even did a video of what was his name now? Dale Earnhardt Sr. I don't know if you saw it before. Okay. So I'm looking forward to his return. Yeah. Gotcha. And his son had in Sonoma had a Corvette crash, and the car caught on fire. And I watched the video of this car catching on fire, and I do remember Dale Jr. saying that he felt that his dad was there to get him out of that car. I remember that. It was on an interview he had after the incident. So something told me to go watch the video, and I watched the video, and got my camera. As I'm watching the video, I'm being told, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture. And if you see my video I have on my YouTube channel, it's the spirit of Dale Earnhardt Sr. Look at that, and you're going to see him in multiple areas of the car being burned. And he did get his son out of there. That I know, because he was there helping him. He was here getting him out, and not only him, but it was a bunch of angels that were around there helping him do so. And even when he was gone, they were putting him in a helicopter. They're carrying him, pushing him on a stretcher, whatever it was, and Dale Earnhardt's in the back, watching him go. It was chilling. But these are the gifts that I have to be able to share with people such as yourselves. And, with the good Lord, I've gotten pictures to where I show people, and right away they said, that's Jesus. I don't even have to say anything. It's there. Jesus. You can see my videos. I got stuff on there as well. I have exhibits, my photos. I have probably close to 200,000 photos that I've taken in my career of everything. And, some of my photos are on my YouTube channel as well. But I thank you all for being here with me today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, how can I message you, Katie? Can you go on? Are you on Facebook? Are any of you on Facebook? Let me know if you are. Amy, hello, Amy. You want me to ask who? Bigfoot? Who do you want me to ask? Bigfoot? Thank you, Ed. Thank you for watching, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, I had asked Bigfoot in this one area, and I found some bones that were in this one area. And I went back there, and I said, "What bones are these? Or what kind of bones are these here?" And it was an answer that I got. It was deer bones. It was a female Bigfoot that was back there. Didn't see her again. They talked, they walked with me, and they said it was deer bones. And sure enough, it was deer bones. So I asked them. I said, "The family of Bigfoot or Sasquatch, whatever you want to be called, that are back here, how long have you been in the area?" I got a video on there too that made of that. And the answer that I got was 6,000 years. 6,000 years. I think their dimension is close to ours. And they come and go as, they do. We're stuck in our dimension. We can't, the only time we're going to leave this dimension is when we turn spiritual, when we pass on, then we leave this dimension. But they come from different dimensions to ours. And what they're doing here, I think they're just living their life way alongside us. That's why they're so protective of their families. I will ask them though, again, to make sure that I'm right. And if I can get that, equipment that I got coming in this week, it's a real clear audio, I will make a video and I will play it for you and find out about it. If you have any questions or anything, it's amazing what they are. Like I said before, you have to treat them as you would treat your family, and that's the way they are. You're welcome. You're welcome, Amy. I really appreciate you watching and tuning in. Check out my other videos if you do, and I hope these are all subscribers. And pass the word around. And I will be going live again probably midweek. I might do another one midweek after I go back to there where I got thrown off my bike. I'm gonna go back and do an audio session with them, and then I will do what I found that day. And if they treat me well again, we'll talk about that. So you're probably, today's Monday, probably looking at Wednesday, the latest Thursday. So I will have another one, and we'll talk about it then. But if you have questions and all, ask me, and I'll find out stuff. I'll write it down, and I will ask them for you and your names, and we'll go from there and see what we have. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Looking forward to seeing you all again. I really appreciate each and every one of you because in this field, you're especially if you do stuff by yourself, as I do, it gets lonely because you want to know that you're out there putting your life on the line, that people appreciate the work that you do. And I know you all do, and I really appreciate you. I love you all, and I thank you for being part of my world and the world that I'm trying to bring to use about the truth of Bigfoot and Dogman and the other body that's out there. With that being said, I'm going to sign off now, and I thank you again. You'll be able to see this, the full thing, later on, probably this evening, or maybe even about half an hour from now. It will be from the beginning on my YouTube channel. Look at the video there, and we'll be there. I thank you all. Again, God bless and appreciate you all. Peace be with you. Thank you now. Bye-bye.